Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel CNC for TDM. Today I am going to explain this coordinate system used in CNC. Actually this coordinate system is of two types, Cartesian oblique rectangular, other is polar, either polar coordinate or rectangular coordinate. In rectangular coordinate it is again subdivided into absolute and incremental. Similarly, in polar also, it is subdivided into absolute coordinate system and incremental coordinate system. This rectangular coordinate system, uh, command for this is G90 for absolute and G91 for incremental Cartesian coordinate, and for polar the command is G16. For absolute it is G90 G16, and for incremental it is G91 G16, and end of the polar coordinate is defined by G15. So this way, this I will explain in this example. If you see here, this is actually a x-axis here, x-axis, and this is y-axis. So these are four quadrant: first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. So there are 4 points P, Q, R and S. These points we have to define in a rectangular as well as this incremental and absolute. Incremental mode and absolute mode. Here if you see this point P, if you define this point P, in x-axis it is at a distance of 10 mm and in y-axis it is at a distance of 20 mm. So P point, for P point x coordinate is plus 10 and y is plus 10, because both, this is first quadrant, in first quadrant both are in plus, x and y. X is also, this is your origin point, from origin x in plus side and y also plus side. So P point is plus 10 and plus 20. Then we go for second point, which is at point Q. This Q point, it is in x-axis it is in minus side and in y-axis it is in plus side. So here Q is, x coordinate is minus 40. If I see here 10, 20, 30, 40, this is at minus 40. And in y coordinate it is 30 mm. 10, 20, 30. So y is equal to 30. Similarly, again, the third point is R. This is R. How we define this point R? It is in third quadrant. Third quadrant means both are in negative direction. X is also in minus and y is also in minus in third quadrant. So if you see this point is in x it is at minus 30 and in y also it is minus 30. So this point is minus 30, minus 30. So similarly, then this S point is there. It is in fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant means in x-axis positive and y will be negative. So S this 10, 20, 30. 30 is positive. In x it is positive and in y 10, 20. This 20 mm it is minus. Plus 30, minus 20. So these are the coordinates in absolute mode. Absolute means if these are all points are defined with respect to origin. This is our origin. Origin means it is at x0, y0. This is our origin. So this way, and absolute coordinate system means G90 is the command for that in CNC. So these all we define this way in absolute mode. Suppose I want to define these 4 points in incremental mode now. So how we will define it? G91 is incremental mode. So incremental system. So here Q, first point is say here Q point is, I take this point Q. So basically first of all we have to take this point P point will remain same here. For the P point coordinates will be same means 10 and 20. X is 10, Y is 20 for P. Then we come to Q. Now this P will become origin. For Q point, P will be origin. Origin matlab means from P, if you see here 10 sorry, it is 40 mm in minus direction, 40, and 10 from this vertical line, it is 10 mm. 10 plus 40, this will be 50. So X is minus 50. If I take P0, then in X axis coordinate of Q will be minus 50. And for Y, in Y direction, what will happen? So this P point is at plus 20 from the origin, plus 20, and it is plus 30. Q is at plus 30 in Y axis. So difference will be 30 minus 20, this is 10. If I take this 0 in Y axis, then Q will be at 10 only. So Y is 10, X minus 50 and Y 10. Then we come to next point R. This is our R. Now what will, for incremental coordinate system, now Q will be the origin. If I take this X0, Y0, what will happen? You see, from Q in X axis, how much is the distance? Because it is at 30 and it is at 40. In plus direction, this is 10. So X will be 10. Because this is, now this is X0, Y0, Q. And R is in plus direction. If it is 0, then it will be in plus direction, X is 10. And Y, for Y, because here it is from the horizontal line 30 mm above and 30 mm below this. So 30 plus 30, this will be minus 60. Y is at minus 60 now. So next point is S. S point, R now will become origin. In incremental mode, what will happen? This will be our X0, Y0. If this is X0, Y0, then how far is S from this point? This point is this 30 mm, and again it is also 30. 30 plus 30, 60. So X will be 60. If I take this 0, then S will be at 60 in X axis, and in Y axis, because it is at minus 30 and it is at minus 20. So this difference is 10 mm, and because it is above this in Y axis, so this distance is 10, so this will be positive. So X60, Y10, because now this is 0, 0. So if I take this straight line like this, then it is 10 mm above this point in Y axis. So this is Y10. So now if we take for next, again if you go for P point, so S now will become origin. S is 0, 0. So P will be this P, it is at 30 and P is at 20, and from this it is in minus direction. So this will be X will be minus 20, and Y y will be, because it is at minus 20 and it is plus 20, so it is 40. Total distance is 40 mm and it is upward direction, so this will be positive. So x minus 20 and y 40. So these are the coordinates for P. So this way we define the points in absolute and incremental mode. Now this is our polar coordinate system. In polar coordinate, if you see here, these are 3 points, P, Q and R. These are 3 points. So P point, if we define P point, this will be, radius is 30 mm because length of the line is 30 mm. So R is 30, angle is 45 degree. From horizontal line we measure this angle and this will always be plus side. Anti-clockwise is always the plus side, anti-clockwise. So this P point is, how we define this P point? Radius is 30 mm, angle is 45 degree. Means R theta. R is 30, theta is 45. So then next point is Q. In absolute mode, what will happen? Q. This Q, radius is 50 mm. Radius is 50 mm, angle is 110 degree. Because this vertical line is represent 90 degree. 90 plus this 20 degree, it will become 110. Means from horizontal line, from base line, if we take this as origin, so this angle will be 110. So similarly for R point, what will happen? R radius is 40 mm, R 40, and how much will be the angle? Now from this horizontal line, this vertical line 90 degree, then this horizontal, this will become 180 degree, and then plus 30 again, plus add this 30 also. So 180 plus 30, this will be 210 degree. So R is 40 and 210 degrees. So this way we define these points in polar absolute. If we want to define this in polar incremental mode, so what will happen? First point will remain same because this is our origin, this line. This line is our origin now. So P point is R30 and A45, means radius is 30 and angle is 45. A means angle. Angle is 45 degree. Then next point is Q. How we define this Q? Now this line will become our origin. This point and this line, these are origin now. So what will happen? Q R50, this radius is 50, length of the line is 50, angle is 65 degree. So why it is 65? Because this in absolute mode it was 110 minus 45, so this will be 65. So this angle is from this line, from this to this line, this angle is 65 degree. Then next point is R. In R, this radius is 40 mm radius, and how much is this angle? Now this will become 0. This, if I take this point O, OQ is 0 line now, and this angle is 100 degree because this total was 210, and here up to this line it was 110 degree. So this angle will become 100 degree. So this is 100 degree. So this way we can define in polar coordinates incremental mode. So this way we can define this also, and one more example is there. If you see here, this is a Cartesian coordinate system. We define this is our x-axis, this is our y-axis, and this is 0, P0, this point, and this is P1, P2, P3. These are the points which we have to define. So in Cartesian system, what will happen? P0 is 0, 0. This point is x0, y0. This is origin. Then next point P1. P1 is this point. P1 x coordinate is 100 mm and y coordinate is 0. So x100, y0 will be the coordinates of the P1 point. Then next point is P2. P2 point is in x it is 100 and in y it is 75. So this is 100 and 75. So next point is P3. P3 is here x coordinate is 0 because this is a vertical line. So x coordinate is 0 and y coordinate is 75. Y is 75. So this way we can define this in Cartesian coordinate. And if you want to define this also in polar, so this P0 is 0, 0. Then for P1, r theta we take it, r radius is 100 mm, r 100, theta is 0, means 100 and angle is 0. And how we define this P2 in polar? R theta. R theta means this r is r, this is radius r, and this angle is theta. So r theta, these are the coordinates of point P2. Then for P3, what will be the coordinates? For P3, r is this here, length of the line 75, and theta is this total angle 90 degree. So r75 and angle is 90 degree. So this way we can define in polar. So this way we can define in Cartesian as well as polar. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Thanks again.